Testing, testing. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to another FxEdge Power Hour. I'm Marcello Ducille. Today is April 16th, 2013. I'm going to do today what I've done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of our strategies, which are based upon the 5 p.m. Eastern Time close of our daily bars and our 4-hour bars. Thereafter, we will have a brief questions and answers session, so let's go ahead and let's get started here. All right, so we had a really interesting day in the markets, I would say. A lot of movement, a lot of volatility. We did extremely well in Tribe Forex. And if you're a BW member, you will also notice that we did take the well trade as well on your behalf, and you did pretty well as far as that trade is concerned. But let's talk about where we're at right now as far as our currency pairs are concerned. We've got the euro dollar. Clearly, we have been in a consolidation the last few days. So we had a breakout, move up, consolidation. Okay, consolidation sideways. We came right back down to the 15 to 200 EMA, and then we basically had a big move up to the upside, and then basically a big breakout of this range, if you will. Now, price can definitely come back into this range. We haven't passed, gone to a place where we cannot come back from this, if you will. But I would like to see if price retests that 50 EMA that we're looking at here, or this trend line here, or even this area of support and resistance that we have drawn on the euro dollar chart here at 131.27, because that had served as an area of resistance for quite some time. We're well above that now, 131.75. Let's see if we get down to 131.27, 131.30-ish. Should be a good area for us to see some support, if there is going to be support there. Right now we have to have a buy bias in the market based upon what we've seen here yesterday and today, and actually in the last few weeks. Basically, we had a breakout, we had consolidation, and we're having a big move out that looks like a breakout as well, so we will have a pullback and a push forward. All right, and that's basically how it works. As far as the euro dollar automation, we do not have a trade as of yet. As you can see here, it basically is going sideways. No trade is formed for us here. Okay, so on the dollar Swiss, we broke through an area of support, which was that trend line that we were talking about previously. We also had another trend line here that formed and was resistance for us for quite some time, and now has become support. It is our support area. You can see here that we do have a sell on the dollar Swiss, and to be honest with you, I look to the dollar Swiss. I think this is interesting. I kind of feel like I want to give it a little bit more range. I feel like it's too close. I would have liked this dollar Swiss to be maybe 1.5, and I think that's what it should be, 1.5 of its current value at the very least, to get us to about 90 pips of risk, or 90 pips stop loss here, and a decent take profit. And so I may make that adjustment in the back area, but what I would do is I would move it back a little bit from just a tad bit from this trend line, because I do think that we could have a retest. And so if you have the opportunity, go ahead and do that. You want to move it off of this trend line, which is going to be our support area. Those tends getting closed out for no reason here. And so what I would say is, give it a little bit of space. So currently it is at 92.84 in that vicinity, and I'd like to see it at about 50 pips off of that. In fact, I wouldn't even say that as much. I'd say 93.20. So about 35 to 40 pips off of where it is currently. Now, I'll make necessary adjustments in the back area, because I do feel as though that stop loss has been a little bit too close, and that was part of the reason that we hadn't been able to partake in this big move down that we've seen on this dollar Swiss at this point. So right now we have a sell here. We're going to probably see price push up a little bit. and then we're going to see, potentially a continuation down. We've got to have a sell bias because we've broken through areas of support, and the market continues to move downward. And so that's pretty clear as far as the dollar Swiss is concerned. We do have a dollar Swiss sell at this moment. Pound dollar. Pound dollar has consolidated. We had this big, nice, beautiful sell here on the pound dollar. We moved into consolidation, and basically moved right up to that 54.30 area we talked about previously, and we're still in consolidation here. It went to the bottom of the consolidation zone and found its way back to the top as we'd expect in consolidation. No breakout, no big movement like we saw in the euro dollar. So we've got to be poised to see a consolidation, more consolidation movement. And if it wants to break out, we'll have to see that occur before we consider any other form of bias here for this pound dollar. All right, the pound yen. Pound yen, we have a beautiful reversal candle. We've got to be thinking buy at the very least. Okay, so looking at this reversal candle, just the way that it looks, it's a nice looking strong reversal candle. It's got quite a bit of range here. Looks like almost 400 pips of range, 380 pips of range here. We can easily see price move up back to the highs and test those highs again for a 1-to-1 ratio. So this is a very big reversal candle here. I would be looking for potential buy trades here on this pound yen, clearly with a buy bias here on this pound yen. I'd also be looking for this high to be tested and to see how the market reacts to this high, which is at 153.50. We could very well have a double top formation that would later lead to the precipitation of a nice move down. So that's what we're going to be looking for here on the pound yen. So right now we're looking for a buy, test of 153.50 to make it simple, and potentially we'll have to watch price action at those highs to see if price just passes right through and continues to move up. Okay, Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar, beautiful sell-off, guys, the other day. We had this trend line that we've held as an area of strong resistance for, I don't know how long now, months now that we've had that trend line there. You can see that we had an evening star pattern. I told you it was an evening star. The next day we see price just drop like a brick. Big time movement for the Aussie dollar, which does not have that type of range in general. We drop down to 1.0288, and you can see here this 1.0288 area, which seems like an odd number for a price to stop at. It's not round, it's just kind of that number. You can see that price has stopped at that area again. So the big long red bar that we had stopped right at 1.0289. Coincidence? I think not. Then we see here on the next bar that we have price move up at 1.0288. Okay, and so that 1.0292 was the low of this bar, and the continuation to the upside where it closes at our next area of support and resistance. You've got to be thinking at this point either consolidation or continuation of that buy. Only time will tell. But certainly we've got to be considering a buy because of the strength of that bar to the upside. Okay? And that is our Aussie dollar. It does not currently have a trade here. Actually, we do. We have a sell. And like I told you before, that sell was, I think it was ill-timed. And that's why I said we didn't take it. As you can see, I was right on the ball as far as that was concerned because it was abutting an area of support and resistance that was very, very strong. And you can see here, is that trade still in? Yeah, you can still be in this trade. You're very close to hitting your stop loss, but you could potentially still be in this trade on the Aussie dollar, but definitely not. That was not my favorite trade. One of my favorite trades is this euro yen, and the fates favored us here on this trade, if you will. I feel like we had a lot of favor, speaking seriously here, because we came very, very close to hitting our stop loss at break even on this euro yen, and you can see that trend line that we had drawn, that trend line that I had drawn earlier, and I said, hey, price is going to come down and test that area and bounce off. If you were one of those guys and you actually listened to me, then you probably made a lot of money. and I'll be waiting for my check. I'm just kidding. Really, we had good price movement up, and about 417 pips from the low to the high. And right now, what we're going to do is, we're going to play it as a buy. We've got to play it as a buy. We're probably going to see a retest of these areas, these lower areas, a bounce point, but we've got to play this as a buy. This looks like a railroad tracks formation. And as I said on the pound yen, I will reiterate, or I will also apply this to the euro yen. We will be looking for 13100 as an area of resistance. It will be a key area for us to look at because we have this big, huge move up, big buy candle here. We could just simply see euro yen continue to move up past this area, but we will have to wait and see. If it does just break through that area, then we'll look for that 13100 area to be an area of support later on. But for the time being, it is our area of resistance to watch for potential double top formation. And that is our euro yen. We are up on the euro yen 389 pips, as you can see here below. And it looks like we're going to be back up about another 300 pips if price goes in the direction we expect it to. So another 600 pips. So we've got a buy bias here. Look for a pullback and a push forward, if you will, here on this euro yen. So that's what we're looking for on the euro yen. Now let's take a look at our 4-hour trades really quickly. And here you can see that we had an IBO. So initially, guys, we had an IBO. All right, we had a 3-bar IBO, bar 1, bar 2. This one would have made money. This one also made money on a sell. You hit your first take profit. Second position moves to break even and then gets closed out. That's exactly what happened here on this IBO rev. So the IBO rev hit its first position. Second position moves to break even. Let's take a look at our IBO 1 bar. I designed this IBO years ago, and I got to tell you, to this day, it's interesting. We've adapted it over time, but this 1 bar, which I thought would be very unstable, has been a very decent trade over the long term. Okay, so here we have the IBO, and basically, guys, we had a buy. Our last trade here is a buy trade. Okay, so we have 42 pips of risk. The first bar breaks out. It closes above, even though it's truncated here. It definitely closes above, and we have a push to the upside. As you can see here, maximum favorable excursion of 126 pips. Currently, the market 104 pips. Actually, I've got to check this. So I haven't checked the actual IBO itself. I need to check this bar and make sure that it did not break the low. 130.21, 1. Yeah, we definitely did not break the low here. And so price is currently up over 127 pips on this trade. Very good. Or 106 pips, I should say. Maximum favorable excursion of 126 or 127 pips on the IBO. So good trade. All right. So moving right along. We talked about the euro dollar. We know where we are. This area of support and resistance that we had designated here, this trend line, it held very, very well, and then you can see that price finally tests it repeatedly and finally breaks through it. So this will be our area of support. And now looking at this, I would look for, and I tell you, this Quattro chart has actually been very good for me for my discretionary trading. I'd be looking for a bounce point at about 131. I said 131.30. And I think that right in that vicinity at 131.35, 130, we should see a very good bounce point for the euro dollar. And if we don't see it there, then we could see a pullback into this area. But this will be the zone that will tell us one thing, one way or the other, what price action will do. All right, as far as our FxEdge Quattro, as far as that's concerned. So we had a change from red to green, got us into a buy trade. Okay, 48 pips of risk. The automation took that trade at 1.3135. Okay, and that means that we're looking for 131.83. Okay, and we get that 131.83 obviously as we go up to 13200. Maximum favorable excursion of just about 70 pips or so. And we're currently in the market at 47 pips on the second position on this FxEdge Quattro. All right. And that pretty much sums up, I would say, our entire trading. Now, the triple threat does not have a trade. We did not have a trade. We had a trade yesterday. It was in the direction of the sell. Just, obviously got closed out at break even on the second position, so no big deal there. And then, of course, you would think with all the volatility we had that we would have had a trade on the ATR Sniper, but we simply did not. We did not have a trade on the ATR Sniper. The last trade that we had was was a nice buy trade, and now we're back in this ATR Sniper looking for market volatility that will give us a buy or a sell on that particular trade. Okay. We're going to take one or two questions, and then I'll probably close it down. Okay. Yes, IBO trailing stop is 12 bar. Has been 12 bar. So the IBO is 12 bar, the IBO Rev is 12 bar, and the FxEdge Quattro currently is 12 bar as well, trailing stop. Why are we using the 12 bar trailing stop? Because it gives the euro dollar, obviously these three trades have the euro dollar in common, and it gives those three trades in the euro dollar the space that needs to breathe, and also I think it just gives us the best of both worlds, giving us space to allow the trade to run, and also allowing us to lock in profit. Okay. All right. So someone asked me about the build well trade. Yeah. So basically, we got into the build well trade right here at the bottom, right before the big move up. And you're probably asking me, how did you know, Marcello, that price was going to move up? So let me just take 1 second and actually show you how we did that. I'm going to go to Tribe. If you're not a member of the Tribe, you may want to be a member of the Tribe. We're getting ready to make some transitions here because, Tribe is for people who are discretionary traders and also for people who are automated traders who want to really profit in this market. It's going to be a small group. It's going to be a long-term group for a long time. And if that's up your alley, I want you in that group, But to be honest with you, what's more important for me is, streamlining the whole entire process and, bringing the best people. So as you can see here, some of my guys have liked a photo that I did. That was yesterday. I did a screenshot. It was my daily analysis. Okay. I'm going to show that to you. I wonder if it's still logged in. I haven't gone in from this computer. No matter. I'll do it from the home page. Back up. Let me do it from this computer. I think that may be the issue. Maybe this computer. All right, switching monitors, switching computers here. All right, so guys, basically this is Tribe. This is the Tribe Forex area. Okay, so this is our home page. I hope you can see that. And anyway, so this is what I do. At the beginning of every day, I basically give my trade calls, and some of the trade calls that we have they're going to be based upon day trading strategy and also based upon swing trading. So if you don't have time to sit around and take trades, like for instance this trade that I had taken yesterday with a buy bias, this was basically my setup for an easy trade. So if you got in here and you took a look and you were on Tribe, you were tagged in this particular or suggested this particular setup. Okay, so if you're a part of the Tribe, you got an email. It told you that I gave you a setup. You can see here that you go right in. I said 4/15/2013. I gave the bias. I gave the consolidation. I gave the exact entry, which was when we were supposed to get in. You can see that I'm already in. If you can see here, guys, you can see the green line. It means that I'm already in the buy trade here. I gave a stop loss and I gave a take profit, and all of them did hit. It actually did better than I expected it to do, but that's pretty much how Tribe works. So if you don't have a lot of time, you want to just be able to take those calls and understand how we take those calls, then you want to be a part of Tribe. I won't be doing this every day in Power Hour. In fact, I'm considering shifting over to a Tribe Forex format because, you know, that's just a much more streamlined and better way to trade and do well in the market. So that's what we've been doing. Obviously, this trade went off. It hit the first take profit. It's currently in its second position. Got in right at the bottom of this market, okay? And it's now poised to continue to rise. So if the market does continue to move up, anyone who got into that trade is doing exceptionally well. Okay, you could have done it in multiple ways, and in Tribe, I'll show you exactly how to do that. So if you're interested in Tribe Forex, there is a link, www.tribeforex. No, let me give it to you. myfxedge.com/tribe. Okay, there's a video on our homepage. Don't get left behind on this because this is where I'm going to start putting a lot of my time. All right, and I have already begun to do that. All right, guys. With that, I will talk to you soon. Be back here tomorrow for another edition of the FxEdge Power Hour. All the best. Bye-bye.
The organ